next, we have a panel discussion for you, which are always enjoyable. It's good to see things from multiple different perspectives. So this one is the role of NFT and Metaverse in creating a new digital economy. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. Jorge Sebastio, who is the co-founder of ECOX, and he is going to be our moderator for today. We have Christos Asalandis, the music and NFT artist. We have Prasant Sandra, the NFT creator and artist. Sohil Zabihi, the head of partnerships at xe.com. And we have Lokesh Rao, the co-founder and CEO of Trace Network. So everyone put your hands together and enjoy. Thanks, guys.
Now we're full, otherwise no, we were short one, so now we are complete. For those that don't know me, my name is Jorge Sebastião. I've been in this region for about 27 years, and we're going to be spending about the next 30, 40 minutes to give you a little bit of value about this topic. We have actually quite a mixed audience, so we have people that are in technology, people that are in government, people come from many parts of the world, so we have special guests also here from Africa, Democratic Republic of Congo, that was part of the opening. Now, the topic that I'll be covering with my esteemed panel here today is about NFTs, which stands for non-fungible tokens. For those that don't know what NFTs are, the first digital tokens that were created is like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, each one is equal to the next one, so they're interchangeable. NFTs, Lokesh, you made it. Please, have a seat. We'll give you one more shot up. I can stand up, don't worry. So NFTs have each one a unique value of them, and they can be also fractionalized. So that means you can own either one NFT or the entire value of an NFT. The second thing that happened also last 2 years and became extremely important is the metaverse. It became so important that even a company like Facebook actually ended up renaming themselves as being Meta. Of course, their first experiments, both in NFTs and Meta, had very good success, but also very big failures at the same time. What I mean by that is the values of NFT went very high, very fast, and there was a very big collapse resulting, or as a result of the crypto winter, as we sometimes call it. And I think if you look at Facebook and now Meta, a lot of the investments that they have made in the metaverse have not delivered the expectations that the user community have. So we're going to try to address these with these team panels that we have here. So the idea here is really for each one of them to actually introduce themselves, spend about 2 or 3 minutes talking about what is their relationship either with the topic of NFTs, because maybe they're a creator of NFTs, or their relationship with Metaverse, because maybe they're actually have created a good Metaverse experience or Metaverse e-commerce experience. And the idea is to give you some nuggets that you can take with you and give you ideas of potential projects that you'll be able to either implement your own businesses or in your own countries once you actually go back. So let me pass the microphone. If you have, please go ahead. So introduce yourselves, a little bit about the projects that you're doing in the area of either NFT or Metaverse. Go ahead.
Hope I'm audible. Hi, I'm Lokesh Rao. I'm co-founder and CEO of Trace Network Labs. Before starting into the Web3 metaverses, I was primarily working with the fashion brands, helping them in adoption and implementation of cloud-based ERP solutions. And from 2018, I started building solutions on DLT, enterprise solutions. And some time back, like almost 2 years back, we started working on Trace Network Labs, which is a complete fashion and lifestyle adoption-centric metaverse tech stack, wherein the brands can launch their metaverse experiences, which has got a more adoption-centric inclination, wherein the brands can now engage people in metaverse shopping experiences, wherein they can also get the physical products delivered to their doorsteps, and various other similar kind of experiences which otherwise are not so I would say friendly for adoption. Like for example, today you are going into any metaverse, so you first need to buy a land and have some kind of event or occasions planned over there. So all those kind of experiences can be made accessible to larger mass and audiences with Trace Network Labs. Thank you.
So he is talking to us about experiences. Next we have Suhail, which actually works in conjunction to one of the large exchanges that has migrated to Dubai. So please tell us a little bit about maybe the role that exchanges plays in this as well.
Thank you, George. Hello to everybody. Very pleased to be here at this lovely event. Yes, as George mentioned, I'm actually with the exchange background, so maybe it would have been better for me to be on the other panel talking about exchanges. But I'm hoping to shed some light on the role of Metaverse, maybe antagonize some of my colleagues here and take a bit of a devil's advocate role to see how the Metaverse has grown. Yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking on this panel.
One of the challenges when you throw the party for the conference on the first day is that some of the speakers don't always show up for the second day. So we had kind of an intermediary speaker that replaced one of those missing speakers. But he has good experience in Metaverse. So tell us a little bit about what you have done in this area.
Can you hear me? Hi guys, I'm Eliran. I'm in the blockchain industry in the last 8 years. I opened recently, my last project, a retail metaverse store. Currently is the first and only in the world. We are selling in one 4-on-4 little retail location in the main spot in the big city. Apple products, Fiat cars on the metaverse. We work together closely with Microsoft and Intel. So today, if you come to the store, you can go and buy an iPhone for 100% metaverse experience. The salesperson can talk to you from New York City and sell you an iPhone, and we have a storage inventory on the second floor that shipped on the special elevator the inventory that you just purchased, example, an iPhone. We are doing it, and it's now the store is actually open, very successful, very actually can show how you can make bring the retail world to a small piece of retail and save a lot of money for retail and also employees, because you can hire your employees actually in your corporate office and not hire them directly working on your store. So you can save a lot of money, millions for hiring people that can work in, example, if we're working with Best Buy right now. So they work in Ohio, but they can service in 1 hour people in Los Angeles, New York, and Texas. This happened thanks to the metaverse and thanks to the technology, and we are see how it will work in the future.
So we have an example of a metaverse being used for a store of technology. It could be used, for example, for agricultural projects. But we also have artists. Artists are a critical element of what has driven the adoption of NFTs. So who is the artist in the room? You have to guess. So. Yeah, you need to open it up. There, take this one.
Check. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris. I go with the artist name as Quantum. I've been in the art industry, especially in the music entertainment, for the last 18 years. I had my work featured on Netflix. I worked with Xbox. I've been several charts entries to iTunes, Apple Music, around the world. Since I entered the Web3 space with a feature on Rarible, I entered to the #1 chart for a day, and then for about a week, we've been on the top 20. And then we start having a ton of invitations to soundtrack Web3, ventures and startups, metaverses. I'm super honored to work with some incredible artists here in Dubai, like Vesa and Amrita Sethi. With Amrita, we've done a couple of weeks ago the Jacob & Co. soundtrack for the opening here in Dubai. We've been building in like 4 metaverses right now, going for 5 metaverses, virtual spaces to empower artists and help them transition from Web 2 to Web 3. It's been like such a transformational journey for me, especially here in Dubai. The community has been so welcoming. I couldn't be like more grateful being alive in this music entertainment renaissance.
Yeah, it was amazing, actually. Verse was supposed to be with us. He has actually done complete skinning of now about 3 cars from Dr. Marwan Al-Zaroni, for those that know, and these cars are being driven around Dubai. Now I say, why would I completely take my existing Tesla and skin it up with some NFT? I'll give you an idea. The typical Tesla today costs, let's say, $100,000. This skinned Tesla now today is going for anywhere from $400,000 to $500,000. So I think that I consider that probably a good investment. So we have a few other colleagues that please join us and introduce yourselves plus your experience in NFTs and Metaverse, please.
Hello guys. Hello, yeah. Hello guys. Myself Bhavesh Thakkar. I am based out of Dubai. Our NFT marketplace is called as XDC. We are a decentralized NFT marketplace on XDC network, which is like a 222 compliant network. We have an active users of roughly around 12,000. We are live from last 10 months. We have celebrity projects from US to India to Dubai. We are onboarding quite a few sports personalities. So the plan is to have more and more functionality. By this month end, we'll have a staking option which will be going live for the NFT projects, which means that all the NFT projects who wants to stake, they will start earning interest. Also at the same time, we are multi-chain and cross-chain, which means we are on XDC network, but at the same time, we'll be available on Polygon, Algorand, Cardano, and vice versa. So that's it all about us.
And our last esteemed panelist, we've been spending a lot of quality time together, so please go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I am Prashant, and I am an NFT creator, an artist, and I'm running 2 successful traditional market businesses in India and abroad. This space got my attention in 2021. After seeing, it was so boring for me in the 2017 and 18 to see people doing ICOs. I didn't get any interest in that until the NFTs came into existence. And it was great. Everybody loves to follow their passion, and to have this big marketplace for your passion, it's insane. So just looking forward to do some great work in this wonderful and beautiful industry and meet good people, collaborate, and create some successful businesses. Yep, that's it.
Okay, one of the most important elements about NFTs and Metaverse is what I sometimes call the user experience or the user adoption. And how many people here in the audience have actually bought or are owners of NFTs? I want to have maybe a show of hands. So it's a small percentage of the audience, maybe about 30%. How many people here have gone on the Metaverse and experienced an immersive virtual reality? How many have done it on their phone? And you see the ends going down and down. So I consider there's quite a few challenges. One is buying NFTs may not be a simple user experience that is accessible to everyone in this audience. And running the Metaverse may need a very powerful computer, which may not be the kind of computer that you actually carry on your pocket, because today the computer of choice of everyone on the planet is actually the mobile phone. So if you want to be successful in the usage of both of these technologies, definitely user adoption, friendliness is one of the challenges that needs to be addressed. But I want the elements and the members that are here from the panel to tell me, either for NFTs or Metaverse marketplaces, what has been their challenges in driving their solution and how they have addressed these challenges. Yes, please go ahead.
Shall I start? Okay. So, I am basically from fashion industry, so I knew about fashion industry challenges and what exactly the industry is looking for when it comes to metaverses. And the time when we started building on our NFT marketplace, and the world's first realistic human-like looking avatar, that point of time we realized that there have been so many metaverses, but most of them, they were trying to fit in the same shoe size into all different legs. So it's like you cannot have one generic metaverse for all different type of industries. Every industry has a different use case, and accordingly, niche-based metaverses should be evolved. And that's from where we realize like it's good that we focus on one single industry, because that's what is going to help the industry also to adopt it. And that's from where they can also start realizing that how the real adoption from their consumer point of view would also come into the metaverses. Originally, when we started working on building this kind of tech stack, we had a discussion with a lot of brands, especially the fashion brands. And majority of them, they were of the same opinion that they experience so many of metaverses. Today, the metaverses are more about explorations, but nothing about wherein they can really make consumers to come back again, which was right actually by that point of time. We used to go into different metaverses. All what we can see was a colorful environment wherein concerts are happening. Some brands have got their stores over there, but what beyond that? Why would they go there again? That question was unsolved. So while discussing with them, we realized like for a brand to call back the customer into the same metaverse store, we have to have something wherein their existing habits can be replaced. So if I look at like majority of us today, now we are more forced to go online because it is very convenient for us to go for any kind of shopping online, right? And that convenience made us lose those experiences wherein we used to go with family and friends, acquaintances for shopping, wherein they used to suggest us what to wear and for what kind of occasion. Now those experiences are completely missing. Now today we are seeing one single screen, scrolling it and finding the right product, calling it. But to have that experience and connection with the brand, it is very important that you see that brand theme, that impulsiveness of shopping, whether it's a festival and you go in the brand store and it calls you that it's a festive season, let's buy something related to the festival. So those kind of experiences now can be made using a metaverse, number one. Number two, it has to have some kind of connection with our own physical life, wherein today we go on an e-commerce store, we are expecting some physical product coming to our doorsteps. Now that what has been missing, so many brands who have launched their stores today on metaverses, what maximum you can do? You can go there, buy the digital NFTs, which are just like good as collectibles. So that problem we found and now solved that. And while doing that, we are now about 2 weeks away from launching the world's first brand, which is capable of enabling the experience of shopping in metaverse and delivering to the doorsteps. So Beverly Hills Polo Club is going to be the first brand which is going to launch their store in metaverse powered by Trace, and which is UAE is going to the first country to have that experiences where the physical delivery is going to happen. Now you imagine this entire journey from the time when we started hearing about the metaverses and we started exploring it. These kind of use cases have to be enabled within the tech stack so that the adoption can be made easier. The other example which I was giving, today you go to Decentland, if you want to have a party organized over there, first you need to either have a land, and then you can make sure that you can create an event or some kind of concert over there. So that's another part of experiences which eventually is going to be the future, wherein people would be having a lot of collaborations or some kind of events happening into the metaverse, wherein the metaverse technology is promising for that. But these kind of the areas which are creating reluctance in adoption has to be removed, wherein it should be easily available for the creators economy to come and create these kind of different experiences. A hall like this, so many 3D designers, they are capable of building these kind of experiences. They create virtual environments like this, and then this is available to each one of us, wherein we can choose one and then pay for a rent for that particular venue, and which the money is going to the creator also, and then they are easily able to launch an experience into the metaverse without buying the land over there. So all these things are pretty much needed for a real adoption into metaverses.
So brands experience mini-verses and multiverse interoperability of verses. So back to Suhail.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. So I think the bigger question for me is very interesting to see just to look at where we've come from and where we're at right now with the metaverse. I think we're looking at a $20 billion industry, and a lot of the boom and the growth happened during around the same time that Facebook changed its name to Meta. And I think a sure way to look at a project as a good indicator of a success would be if Facebook were to onboard it, but more of a sign that everything that Facebook touches, they ultimately fail at. And I think when we look at the metaverse, the question is the hype over? I don't know, I'm just looking at it from one perspective to say that if we've had 400 million users till now, approximately, and most of the projects that I've met have been actually created during this time where the metaverse was on an all-time high in the search engine. The question for, I think, a lot of the people outside, from an exchange perspective, that we're seeing still a lot of projects that are listing their tokens. So that metaverse token ultimately will have a utility within that world, that realm of the metaverse, similar to how Sandbox sells their real estate. I don't think you're going to see properties selling for $100 million on Sandbox or Decentraland like you were. I personally think that in order for the metaverse to regain that initial momentum, I don't think in the soon short term it will, quite frankly.
So there has to be an integration between the real world, the physical world, and the digital NFT and metaverse world. So without this connection, it will be just artificial, or what we sometimes call perceived value of the assets. So what has made your metaverse e-commerce challenges and how you address them?
So like you said before me, bring it to the retail, the physical retail, it's weird, because if you go to my store, you literally talk to the wall. And so people say like, hold on, but there is a person in the wall. Is it a real person? Is it AI? We don't know. But in the end of the day, you take all the benefits from that, and you are making it, you know, other way you cannot steal anything from the store, because all the thing in the store is also on the screen. So it's changing everything we know about physical retail, and we bring the online to the physical, and that's we can do thanks to the metaverse.
What about the artistic challenges?
Look, as an artist, what I want to see from a marketplace that wants to support me is give me access to communities. I want to be able to jump on first class should be educate me. Educate me as an artist. Okay, I've been around like digital art for the last couple of years. I've been around crypto for the last 6 years, but I know a ton of artists that they don't know what this space is, how they should frame their art around their product. So by educating, having like this layer inside the marketplace, give some 2, 3, 4 sessions of education to the artist. Second, develop your partnership model and have a ton of collectors so they can collect my art. Like third, give me access to Twitter Spaces and other like panels that I can appear and promote why I'm doing this. What's the utility? Is just art for the sake of it? That could be fine. We humans will collect art for like thousands of years. But is there something more? Can I become a part of the project? Imagine like if, for example, you were able to collect Rolling Stone NFT 30 years ago, where this price would be, and it's not just about the price and just pumping the token, it's just mainly being a part of the journey. Having like the singer of Metallica or the drummer of Metallica asking me, which songs can I play for the next performance? Or do you want to be a part of my video clip? Or you want to record with me in my album? This is like the community elevation and leverage we can achieve with NFTs in the music entertainment. And definitely I would agree that if we combine Metaverse with an NFT marketplace, then we make the whole experience more interactive. And this can make the audience understand more and connect easier with the artist that can explain as an avatar the whole utility and the model of why he's doing this.
So, one important keyword, communities. You want to have your NFT and metaverse project succeed, you better have communities. You're going to say, where can we find communities? Well, if you're a football player, football becomes a very big community. If you're a Formula One fan, it's a big community. And if you're an artist or a rock star, that's a very big community. So, or if you're a painter and so on. Tell us a little bit more.
Hello. Hello.
All right, I give you another
Check.
I am the battery.
Maybe you need to.
Hello. Yeah. So I think challenges are inevitable, and challenges will keep on coming from the time when you initiate the project till the time the business is going on, till the time the marketplace is. Right from the technical aspect to the UI UX part, and moving from there, you know, we started understanding that, okay, consumers or the users or the NFT projects, what exactly they need, and definitely it was through communities. Now, when, you know, we came across, there were quite a few projects which were not, you know, either they were aware of NFTs, what NFTs are, but then they needed more help, more support, and also help them in building their communities and all. So we came up with a backward integration. We have our own in-house demo studio, which help all the NFT projects for no cost, right from taking care of their gas fee to incubating their project. Completely we take care of everything for no cost. Besides that, when we understood that, okay, what if their NFTs are not getting sold and if they want to stake it, now with smart AI and machine learning, you know, the staking options have been generated. So slowly, gradually, every step we are also evolving, we are also trying to get into the next step moving forward. Now, within this couple of months' time, we have an award ceremony happening in a metaverse for the best NFT projects on our NFT marketplace. And also there are some metaverses which have reached out to us where they want to have a gallery of NFT projects with our marketplace and our NFTs. So I think we are also evolving, we are also trying to change and adopt things and technology where, you know, the NFT projects are also getting some kind of support and help for whatever advanced, you know, things which we can bring in. Just for your information, we are not funded, we are bootstrapped, and we are struggling, but we are there for long. We'll be there for sure.
So you're basically incubating the projects, you're providing them like a greenhouse so they can grow and actually be successful as well. So like almost like a launch pad effect. From the artist's perspective?
You know, having a traditional market experience, I'm highly focused on having, you know, like the NFTs which have a real world use case, a utility. 2021, everybody saw it was insane. I mean, you know, PFP selling like crazy, Beeple selling 69 million, BAYC, MAYC, everybody. But now if you see the videos, the feedback on YouTube, people say, oh, NFT gone to zero. It's like, oh, are they a scam? Oh, no. So it's a responsibility. I mean, if we are artists, and I agree with my brother here that the best part about this industry is that it's a community-driven industry. So, you know, you can really create real-world assets out of NFTs and give them real value so that people don't find it a scam, but really start trusting this technology. I mean, it's happening everywhere. NFTs, music industry will do great in NFTs, the collectible industry, the art, the ticketing industry, you know, and what I'm interested in is the utility-based industry. So it's going to be great. I think if we start putting, I mean, we have to take this technology to the traditional market. I mean, this is how a 10 billion market cap of the NFT will go to 100 billion and a trillion in next 10 years if we take this technology to the traditional market and they start trusting it. So it's going to be insane. It's a huge market.
Can I just ask a question? Do you believe that the NFT and metaverse industry is going to 10x in the next 10 years? That's just my question.
I mean, well, of course.
I just want to ask a question to the audience here. How many people actually use the metaverse on a daily basis? Do we have one person? Two? Okay, so from my perspective, I'm just seeing that we do seem to have a little bit of a roadblock with a lot of the projects.
No, see, every industry has roadblocks. It's just about having the right people. If there are right people who are here in this industry to sustain, who have a 20-year roadmap, you know, who feel that, okay, I sold an NFT project in 3 seconds, make a sale record, but still I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility towards my community. So if you take care of that, you sustain it, people will start trusting it. Like 2021, everybody wanted to put money in the NFT space, and everybody did. But right now, oh shit, they're gone. Bubble. So.
Yeah. I think after every winter, a spring will come. So I think the spring is starting, or the snow is starting to melt. I think our time
I
is...
feel the same way.
Yeah,
Just to clarify about that, I'm not saying that it's initial hype, but in terms of realistic growth, I think it's time for projects, whether it's NFT or Metaverse, to start actually delivering in terms of the utility. That's the whole
start
point.
delivering, yes.
That we can obviously build there, but if there's the rhetoric keeps continuing and we see the same lines, the same one-liner, the same things that are being said over and over, it gets very repetitive, and sometimes we need to see more from that, and hopefully we can.
It's just a two-year-old industry.
Innovation. Okay, so we have lots of ideas, I'm sure, in the audience out there. Time is almost up, so I'm going to give everybody in the panelists a chance to do what I call the 1-minute closing remarks, which is their nuggets to take with you when you go back home to your own offices. I will give you my own nuggets, which is part of EcoX. EcoX is something we started almost 6 years ago in Dubai. Today is the largest blockchain community. We do it weekly, and consistency is very important. But we have a very simple mathematical formula, and we call this MBC. M stands for money, B stands for brains, and C stands for contacts. So if you want to have a successful business in NFT, Metaverse, you need to have funds that invest in your project successfully. You need to have smart people that actually help you build the project. So you need to have a good team. And the most important ingredient is the last one, is contacts, relationships, business development that actually drives your project to success. So what is your recipe or your nuggets for the audience?
So all I can say is, like, for any industry, definitely there is a phase wherein you experiment with a lot of things, and then using those experiences, you end up building something which makes sense to one set of audience. It cannot be one thing for everyone. So it's like now in last 2 years, I think majority of the industry, especially the fashion industry and the industry related to events and concerts, they have experienced where the metaverse and NFTs can help them in creating more adoption-centric experiences. It's time to build up something which is more true to life, which can help you to engage in those activities which complement your existing habits. So I think that's the direction we are picking up, and gradually there will be more adoption we can see in this direction. And the NFTs, definitely it's a blessing in this overall technology part, wherein it gives you a lot of exposures, and especially on the community building part also, wherein you engage with a certain set of communities with the NFTs, NFT holders. So I think it's not very far that wherein we would see that each one of us would be experiencing one or other form of metaverses for some kind of activities, engagements, and collaborations. And looking forward to see you all, and definitely your feedbacks are going to help us as a technology companies to where we have to go.
Swell.
I would reflect the sentiments that I shared earlier. I believe that if you're looking at an investment opportunity, I do believe that there will be, as you said, a spring after every winter, but choose carefully, make sure that you've researched the project and you believe in the true utility of what is being proposed. I believe when Corona happened, we were all supposed to be locked up, and face-to-face conferences still exist for a reason, even though we still had fears of the pandemic. So I still see a lot of room of development, and hopefully this can foresee in the future, and more things can come into the metaverse, like AI. And AI paired with VR, I do think, is a very good thing for any project to take into consideration. And me personally, as an investor, would look at it, and yes, I would encourage people to also keep their eyes open and make sure that they're fully on board with any project, their thesis, the backing of the founders going forward.
Yeah, if you know about AI, have a look at ChatGPT. So when you go back home, do a Google search on that and play with that. Final words.
Like everything else in new technology, it takes years to track and be successful. I think it will take a couple of years, but we already see how it's impacted the world, especially with the retail, and we still have to work harder to develop the system, to train the people, to make everybody, clients, customers, get used to something new like that. Like before, what happened when the revolution of the web, everything changed, and it's take years. People thought they're going to lose their job. It's going to be something awful, but in the end of the day, everybody's getting benefits from that.
So NFTs and Metaverse creates more jobs. So the region is always looking for jobs.
Looking for jobs and giving jobs to artists. So we have an incredible opportunity next week to demonstrate some of our, like one of our virtual spaces with Weavers. Thanks, Crypto Granny, about that. So yeah, we created like a pyramid with 3 layers. The first layer is a virtual venue. The second layer is a music store that we're gonna like tokenize and sell music for the metaverse and soundscapes for the metaverse. Because I was always very frustrated about like these 3-minute songs in the music industry that you have to follow a specific principle, the intro, you know, the hook, and then the middle eights, etc. But in the metaverse, we have the opportunity to give artists way more creative flow. Because I don't want to listen to a song inside the metaverse. I want to amplify my UX. I want to amplify my experience. I want to just like immerse myself way more inside this virtual environment. And the music has the power, because it's frequency, it's creation, to activate and accelerate that. So what we're doing next week at tomorrow, we're inviting a few artists. And because you said before about the recipe for success, first word that came to me is synergy. I arrived here because of synergy. People introduced me to be on this stage. I introduced other people to come and play with us and perform and find the opportunity to express themselves through the medium of the metaverse, which is 3D worlds for social function. So I would say that please join us at tomorrow next week and experience what we're creating for the virtual
Some
world.
important keywords here: immersive, activations, and so on.
Thank you.
Those are all important keywords for your success. What's your recipe for success?
I think I would say that what you said is right, and you know that's what we follow, MVC. And for the technical aspect, we have a CTO who's definitely totally taking care. He's the backbone for all the technological part, whatever going behind any kind of DApp which we have. I come from an education background before entering into Web3 space. So 2 decades of my life I have spent in education with all the goodwill and credibility in India, in Dubai, and other part of the world. I'm here to stay, and whatever happens, whatever may come, and we are definitely believe in one thing: consistency. So business development, contacts, networking, and credibility is what I personally believe in. Besides that, I don't see there is a success. You have to show that trust, and you have to show that confidence in your project, and you have to be whatever it comes in life.
So consistency and education. Final words.
Yeah, they said everything. I mean, there's nothing left to say. But yeah, I would just like to conclude by saying that it's just a 2-year-old industry, and it's expanding. It's going to be huge. I mean, you have the largest brands in the world, like Nike. You have Starbucks. All are into the space. So of course, it shows us that it's a big space, and the biggest brands are in the market right now. Huge potential. All of us, everybody here has a community. Everybody can do your own NFT project in your own markets. So, I mean, it's going to be great. And yes, I agree, we have to be consistent, not greedy. It's of course a life-changing opportunity in this industry. So, we have to be consistent and have some patience and some time, and we can make it a very strong industry.
So, big brands. Everybody knows that Dubai is a brand, so Dubai is investing massively in the metaverse. So we also have a big brother not too far from here, which is Saudi Arabia, which is becoming also a brand and investing very big in metaverse through Neom, which is started as one project, but now is actually 5 projects as well. So this is all the time that we had because, it says their time is up. We want to give a chance to the other speakers as well. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be with here today, and I hope it was enjoyable. Thank you.